Okay, I was looking through some videos I made, and I haven't really made a lot of videos on pulleys, and so I wanted to talk a little bit about pulleys before I don't have a lot of heavy stuff left to lift with them. This is a block that I made quite a few years ago when I was lifting logs, and it's just a Harbor Freight single pulley, and I bought 3 of them. And then I bought these grade 8 bolts to stick through there for strength. And then the rope that goes with it is just regular, they call it boat dock rope. I think it's 5/8 inch poly rope. It's a triple ply poly rope is all it is. LHBA recommends the double braided rope. I decided against double braided rope, even though it's stronger, because you can't splice it very easily. I don't know if you can splice it at all, but I know you can splice triple ply, this kind of rope that I'm using. And it's fairly easy to splice, and the reason why splicing becomes important is because for a set of blocks like this, if you're going to lift anything to any height, I was lifting 30 feet, you need the rope to go through the pulleys. You can see here 6 times plus the end of the rope, so that's 7 times it's got to go up and down. So 7 times 30 is 210 feet. So if you have a piece of double braided rope that's 210 feet long plus leftover for attaching to, something to pull with, so you're looking at like 250 feet of rope. That'll get really expensive, and if that thing snaps, you got to go buy another piece. With this poly rope, if it snaps, I can just splice in another piece. And splicing, if you do it the right way, is just as good as the original rope. I haven't had any breaks where I've spliced rope, even lifting 6,000 pound logs. And so you can see I've got this hung up here. I'm lifting these beams for my second floor, and so some of the math behind using a triple block is basically it reduces the amount of force needed to lift something by increasing the distance that you're lifting it over. So how you calculate how much savings you can get, and we're going to disregard friction just to make it easy. So if you're lifting something, you want to know how much it's going to, how much force is going to be required from your end to lift it. You take the weight of that and you divide it by the number of ropes that you can hold in your hand. So I've got 7 ropes here. So if I'm lifting one of these 300-pound beams, so 300 divided by 7 is going to get me just over, 40 pounds? So it turns a 300-pound mass into something that basically, at the end of this rope is going to weigh about 40 pounds. So you can see the advantage right away. They're good for lifting vertically as well as horizontally. I've pulled logs out of the woods with my bare hands after I cut down a tree and I couldn't get my tractor back there because the trees were too thick. I can just hook a set of pulleys to it and pull it out that way. So anyway, that's the benefit of pulleys. I know a lot of people like to make fun of pulleys because they have their telehandlers, but this whole setup, I mean, 2 pulleys and some rope will cost you, the pulleys were like $45 each to make, including the grade 8 bolts. The rope, I got like 1,500 feet of rope for $150, so you figure probably less than $500 you can have a set of 4 sets of block and tackle and rope, and that's enough to lift just about anything. In this cabin I lifted all the logs with ropes and pulleys. Everything you see here was lifted with ropes and pulleys. So it can be done with just a small tractor or even Suburban or a small truck or whatever. Even these RPSLs were set using nothing but pulleys.